Hi, welcome back to Smell of Games. Today we're playing another run of Slay the Spire 2. I try really hard to give you guys a bit more information about how the game is actually run, how we make choices, what the cards do, what even the things, icons in the game are. I realize that a lot of people have maybe never played this, or Slay the Spire 1, or a deck building game at all. And I want you to try it out. And so hopefully this gives you a little bit of information on how to play the game, and so you can join me and maybe we can play some co-op runs. I hope you enjoy the video. Please like, comment, rate, subscribe, all the things. Check it out on my other platforms, Smella_games, and hopefully I do pretty good this run. We'll see. So Slay the Spire 2 is a deck building roguelike. This is a game where you're looking to move through a dungeon. You have 3 different levels, and as you defeat monsters or unlock different things, what you're going to see is that you get new cards to build your deck. There is a single player, there is a multiplayer mode, and after you beat each run or fail each run, failing is a part of this game, you will unlock more things. And so these are all the unlockables. Okay. There's 3 different forms that you could play: the standard, daily, and custom. Daily is going to give you like modifiers and give you like a leaderboard to compete against. Custom is just a fun way to practice unique things if you start getting a ton of hours in this game. I generally just play standard. Okay, so we've got 5 different characters that you can pick from: Ironclad, the Silent, the Regent, the Necrobinder, and the Defect. You only start the game with the Ironclad unlocked, and then you have to play to unlock the rest of them. After you beat each character for the first time, you unlock what's called Ascension. So Ascension is something that you can switch back and forth within, and it goes all the way up to 10 in this game so far during early access. And this allows you to make the game harder. And so harder is good for replayability. Each character has its own starting ability. Here you can see Burning Blood, but it also has a different start health. If you switch back and forth, like 70 here, this one starts with drawing more cards. This one has 75, and it lets you get more stars at the beginning of each combat. It's its own specific like resource to manage. Necrobinder summons what's called Osty, so he's like a little guy that fights with you and takes some damage, so he has less health. And then the Defect has what's called Orb Channeling. They're all pretty good. They all have their different decks that they build into, different synergies. We're going to run the Ironclad today because he is just simple, and it's what you start with, so I figure why not just go there. And we're also going to start on Ascension 0. At the beginning of every run, you are dropped into what is called an Ancient. This guy is named Niao. I love him. He's a little whale. And then they give you 3 different options of things that like modify your deck, right? So you can check out the map. The map shows you where you're going and who you're going to fight. This is like a big fish guy. And then you also have your starting deck. So each deck starts with 10 cards. I think at 10 cards. And so for the Ironclad, you start with 5 strikes, 4 defends, and a bash. So strikes deal 6 damage. Damage is exactly what it sounds like. It's damage to the enemy's health. Defend gives you what is like a thing called block. Block is basically like temporary health, but it goes away at the end of every turn. So you can't build your block up unless you have cards that let you do that. And then bash deals damage and applies what's called vulnerable. Vulnerable is a status effect that you apply to the enemy, and that enemy then takes 50% more damage from your attacks. When you apply 2 vulnerable, you are not applying 100% more damage. What you're doing is applying 50% damage for 2 turns. The other thing to note is that every card has an upgrade. And so if you want to see what they upgrade to, you can check it out in your deck, and then it'll show you what you can deal with. Okay, so with that being said, we have 3 different options. At the start of an elite combat, draw 2 additional cards. I can remove 1 card from my deck, or the first 3 cards I see are upgraded and the first treasure chest is empty. So you'll see up here, we get to a point where there's these treasure chests. So if we want to take the relic, a relic is inside of it. This is a relic, and they'll stack up here. then we might not want to take that. But what that says is that we could try to look and plan. So this is 1 fight, 2 fights, 3 fights, which means that our third fight would be an elite. And that would guarantee having an upgraded card from an elite, which is pretty good. Removing a card from my deck is also really strong. When we remove a card, what that does is it allows for more consistent synergy. So if we want to see Bash more frequently, removing a card means that there's a higher probability that Bash shows up in front of us. And then at the start of an elite combat, draw 2 additional cards. This is really situational if you're trying to do like a really elite heavy run. I'm probably not going to be doing that. We're going to take the Silver Crucible because those upgraded cards sound nice. Okay. So this is what it looks like when you enter into your first run. This is a battle. We have 2 enemies here. We've got the Corpse Slug and a Corpse Slug. And if you hover over them, it'll show you all the things that are happening. This guy's about to debuff me. This guy is aggressive and intends to attack me for 3 damage 2 times. They are debuffed with Ravenous. When an enemy dies, Corpse Slug immediately eats it, becomes stunned, and gains 4 strength. And so that's going to stay on them as long as they are alive. And then strength is, and it will add additional damage to the attack. So if you're ever curious about like what something does, it really explains all of it. You start each turn by drawing 5 cards from your deck, and then you get to pick what happens. So you have 3 energy. Your energy starts at 3, and then each card has an energy cost. So here we are, 2 energy, 1 energy, and you use that as your like resource. So it's a resource management game in a lot of ways, right? Health is a resource, energy is a resource, the damage they're going to deal, all of this stuff. You also deal with some potions and some other stuff up here, right? I'm thinking of the resource of these cards upgrades, and I want to optimize that, as well as draw pile and discard pile. As well, I have my camera that covers it. You can see some other stats up here. But that being said, our biggest thing here is we know, so the Ironclad heals 6 damage at the end of every fight. So I kind of have 6 damage that's free to throw about. I'm going to just defend a little bit because I don't want to take damage. I'd rather not take damage, but I know if I take up to 6 damage, I'm going to go back to full health. So I'm going to turn this guy vulnerable so that he's easier to kill. My goal here is to kill 1 slug really fast, so that the other one gets stunned, just like that. Stunning means it's going to wait a whole turn, so before it does anything. He has applied me with Frail. That means I take 25% less block from cards. That's why this block is no longer blocking for 5, it's blocking for 3. So I want to see, is there a way for me... He's dealing 12, so if I do this, no matter what, I'm taking 9. I should do this. I don't think I would have been able to kill him anyway, because that would have dealt 9 damage. So, saving myself there now, there's no doubt that I will kill him this turn. So it's good. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I just moved through that last bit a little fast. Those were their card rewards. I picked up a colorless potion, which will generate 1 of 3 random cards that I add to my hand, and it's free to play this turn. So it gets added to my deck for the combat, and the first time you play it, it's free. So this is a loot. And then you get to pick a card to add to your hand. So these are what they look like when they're upgraded. They have this green text, and it says plus. And I get to pick something, right? So this is how we start to build a deck. We're looking for things that perhaps are going to synergize, and this being our first hand means that we get to kind of get the best stuff. So there's Rupture Plus. Whenever I lose HP on my turn, I gain 2 strength. That's really good. That's a really good card. We could build a deck that kind of focuses on dealing damage to ourselves so that we kill them faster. This is if I want to build a bunch of different things, expect to fight. And then Setup Strike deals 9 damage, gain 3 strength this turn. So Setup Strike is great, especially if we can build the version of this deck that plays strikes automatically. So I think our safest option here, because we don't have anything that's losing us health yet, although Rupture's great, it's going to sit as a dead card for a long time. And also expect to fight. It's really doesn't pay off for us yet. We're going to start with Setup Strike. Setting up our deck, setting up our strike. Okay, so we're going to go this way. We don't have that much money. This is a shop. So we enter into the shop. And it gives us some options. There's always 5 cards at the top you can buy, 2 colorless cards, 3 relics, 3 potions, and the ability to remove a card from your deck. And as I said before, removing a card is really good. So, Dismantle, it deals 8 damage. If the enemy is vulnerable, it'll deal 8 damage twice. So vulnerable happens from the bash. Deal 4 damage, deals 2 additional damage for each vulnerable on the target. Gain 8 damage, gain 8 block if you have exhausted a card this combat. Gain 5 block, upgrade a card in my hand. Gain 4 plating. Okay, so there's a lot of terms going on here. Exhaust means that it removes it from our deck until the end of combat. And that's pretty good. There's a big build around that in the Ironclad. Upgrading a card in hand. That's just like, this is a solid value card because it's like a defend, but it's making other cards in your deck better. And then plating. So what plating does is it gives you this like a buff that at the end of your turn you gain block equal to your number of plating, and then it's reduced at the start of your next turn. So this would be 4, 3, 2, 1. I can't afford any of these relics, so I'm honestly not even gonna look. I don't think any of this is really what we want. I mean, if we go this way, we're kind of building into a vulnerable deck. And this isn't bad because it's free to play. It's just like free damage. And so we'd have to have 4 vulnerable on it to deal as much damage as that. But like that's a free, if we draw that in the same turn as a bash, right? That's a free 8 damage. I think truly I just remove a card. So we're going to remove a strike. Removing cards is really, really good. So I start with a little bit more HP. I think that 80 is already a lot. The glow water potion's great. It clears your hand out, but I don't love the fact that it exhausts my hand. So it gets rid of everything you have and then you draw 10 cards. Like if you had a bunch of free cards and then played it, or you had a bunch of junk, you could exhaust all of it and then draw 10. The Fresnel lens is going to allow every future card, whenever you add a card that gains block to my deck, I enchant it with Nimble 2, which means it'll give me 2 more block, but I lose total max HP. I am going to choose that so we can get to 6-7 HP. Seems good. Alright, so once again, we really don't want to be taking damage, especially now that we just lost HP. The most that I can like hold back from that, the better. I don't know if you guys can hear my cat going crazy in the background. I hope not with this new microphone, but... So this is just death. See, that's great. We don't lose anything. We're doing good. Deal damage equal to my block. That's a great card. Deal 3 damage to a random enemy 4 times. That's also pretty good. Deal 22 damage. Exhaust the top card of my draw pile. I think with this setup strike, the sword boomerang does a lot of damage. But the body slam is great, but again, I don't have cards that already support this. So I could be building into it, but I'm also going into this next fight being an elite. So I want to take the sword boomerang to like guarantee my ability to do something. And then everything else I picked up is already upgraded, so we just upgrade this bash. Alright, so this is an elite. They're a harder battle. So the music changes a little bit. We get some good energy. So this is a terror eel. This is one of the easier elites. So he is just going to hit me heavy every turn. And then once I get him to 70 health, he becomes stunned. So I'm going to have to really focus on just hitting him, but also blocking. And these are the times where I also choose to use an ability. Bolas here is not bad. I'm gonna keep Bolas because it just keeps coming back to my hand. And so it's just free damage every turn. We're gonna set up strike, and that allows me to like continuously deal damage to him while also hopefully blocking what's coming in. So I actually only have one defend. This is good. This is why we got that other card. So next turn I am taking a bunch of damage here, but next turn he's gonna be stunned. Unless I wanna, he's only doing 9 here. That's gonna hurt. So in a weird way, we kind of want to block, right? That's gonna like guarantee that next turn that he wants to hit harder. Because see, now what we do is we stun him, we apply vulnerable, we stun him, we deal a whole bunch of damage. We don't have to use any blocks on that big 24 damage turn. This is how we want to think about this game. And then he made that free for us. So just that one turn where we like held back a little bit. Okay, so an elite also drops what's called a relic. Relics are good things. If I did not play any attacks during my turn, I gain 4 block. It's not great for what we're building, but we're just going to take it anyway. Whenever you are attacked this turn, so this is a defense, gain 18 block. That's huge. And then whenever I'm attacked this turn, deal 6 damage back. That's pretty huge. Draw 4 cards. I cannot draw additional cards. Vulnerable strength. I think we want Flame Barrier is like objectively kind of the best card out of all of those. It's just like one of those ones that's going to be solid all around. Okay, so when you have like 2 enemies like this and you need to make a choice, this is just what comes from experience of playing. So this Toadpole is going to buff itself with thorns, which means that if I attack him with my thorns, then while he has thorns on, then I take damage again. So next turn, this Toadpole is going to buff himself with thorns. So we actually want to power down this one in the back, because I'm not going to attack the front one next turn. And I know I'm going to attack... Oh man, tough life for you, buddy. So you see, now I won't take damage. Thorns wears off, and it gives me a chance to go in on him again. But I'm actually just going to block all of his damage. Next turn, he's going to go for Thorns. There's a pretty consistent like way that the enemies move that helps from playing a lot. Okay, whenever I gain block this turn, deal 5 damage. Gain 7 block, 5 damage. So that's just a much better strike, or Molten Fist, double the enemy's vulnerable. So we're getting a lot of vulnerable cards. I think I'm going to go for Molten Fist. It just gives me some debuff value, which I'm like a big fan of. Alright, so these rats, 2-tailed rats, these are guys that will spawn more guys. So we really want to kill them quick. So these are like, I might be a little more willing to take some damage. I kind of think that these guys are hard. That's like a fail-safe card. I don't love my moves here, but we're gonna go for this guy in the back because we could kill him a little faster. So Flame Barrier here deals 6 to everyone, and then I could kill him, the other guy, with a... This was 3 by 4. This will deal 12 damage to one random guy. So I think we Flame Barrier. We want to guarantee... I guess this would guarantee that any of them die. Oh. So at least it guarantees that the back guy dies. I'm always learning new things. Alright, so this rat intends to summon a new monster. So he's got to go. We get them all gone. Anger is great. So this is one of those cards that would have like combined with that other card from the beginning where if I lose HP, I gain strength. So you can kind of go infinite with that. I am dealing with like the ability that like getting a little more of this is not bad. Deal 6 damage, add a copy of this. Twin Strike. I'm gonna go for Twin Strike because I hope I get that strike card. Oh yeah, I took that Meows thing that made that happen. Bummer. This guy's easy. Easy, easy, easy. We don't mind. We don't mind getting this at all. He just like doesn't deal that much damage. I guess unless you have like a garbage deck, then he's probably still gonna hurt you because he still attacks. But I mean, see how fast that was. At the end of my turn, randomly attack. Wait, at the end of your turn, 1 random attack in my hand is played against a random enemy. Deal 5 damage to all enemies X times. That's just so good. That's just so good. Either way, we're running into... I mean, we're definitely going to take the campfire. So I think we want fight and then campfire, so we have another option. Okay, this guy has negate. Negate is going to, I guess they're called artifacts. They negate 1 debuff. Which, depending on your build, is huge. And on this, like, first, like, this is our first level, right? And, like, hallway fights, that's what these are called as you move up, are definitely easier on the first level. But later levels, he will have, like, 10 artifact. And that is, like, really bad. So I think we try to just kill him here. And that's why we took that card. Pommel Strike is what I'm going to go because I'm really hoping to get, like I said, that ability to... Oh, I guess that's what I meant to do. I moved too fast. I was trying to see what the upgrade was. 10 damage. If I play this right, I don't need to heal again because I can just upgrade another card. So 8/3 is pretty good, but it doesn't... I guess it's better than any other thing. Well, no, I deal 10 once and then by 2. If there was multi enemies, like, it would have been a little different. Okay, so I will use this Pommel Strike second because if I could have drawn a little bit of something, but I'll just kill him either way. Deal 4 damage to anything. If an enemy is vulnerable, it hits twice. Grapple, like, gives us value for something else. Which is not bad. Okay, so this is how they upgrade this. We just have, like, more guys. So Grapple helping us out there. Pretty solid. I've got great things for our boss coming up. So they're all gonna stun. Then they all get stronger. So then more of them is bad because as they all die, then so I could kill him with that. He stuns, and then this is our most damage we have here. We're kind of building something good. We're just working with like basic stuff, but the basics work. Whenever I apply a vulnerable, take that, transform all attacks in my hand into giant rocks. I do like that card. Whenever I play vulnerable. I only have 1 card that's applying vulnerable still, and another card that doubles it. So we're going to transform everything into giant rocks. Transform all attacks in my hand to Giant Rock Plus. Giant Rock Plus. Deal 7. This is draw 2. Draw 2 is big. 7. And if I have the strength, we're up at like 9. It does 18. That's a lot. I think it's draw 2. Okay. I'm gonna use this now. I really want this to hit like my strikes, not all this really good stuff. I'm gonna go here and then we'll double it. And then we double it. Okay, so this guy puts these cards into my deck. His debuff like puts those beckons, and I'll all of a sudden start drawing them, and if I don't play them, I take a butt ton of damage. So let that be known. That's what happens. Ritual was the potion I used, and so at the end of my turn I gain 1 strength, and I'll increase my attack damage by 2, and then it'll be 3, then it'll be 4, so on and so forth. So I grapple him here, and then block. I am going to heal back to full at the end of this fight, so I could take a bit more damage than necessary. Like, for example, I'll just take the 6 from this beacon in my hand because I know that I'm going to heal to full. So he's intangible. What intangible does is that for this turn only that he's intangible, and he's going to go back and forth from intangible to not intangible, I will only deal 1 damage to him. So, tough luck for me, I guess. So this is a turn where I will use these 2. I don't mind getting rid of that. We'll go like this. Those cards are really good, but then I'm going to Primal Force those into rocks. Because those deal 23 damage. I mean, that's like... We're just switching it out for more value. Whirlwind for 19. I mean, we've got this in the bag, without a doubt. I'm vulnerable, too. Uh-oh. I get more block from playing a beacon because it makes me lose more HP. So I play the beacon. Uh-oh, we got lots of damage. Oops, all damage. Yippee, at the start of my turn. Okay. Can only be played if you have 3 or more cards in my exhaust pile. I'm not building that. Gain 32 block exhaust. Just like is like a turn saver. I'd rather not build into like assuming I'm gonna fail. So this is our best power. I could also skip, which I haven't been skipping a lot of cards, but skipping cards is really good. At the start each combat with an additional 4 energy. Remove 4 cards from my deck. Whenever I shuffle my draw pile, I take Soot and gain 1, and then that goes away. I think so. I actually think I remove 4 cards, one of them being Primal Force. And 2 strikes, 2 defense. No. I don't mind the Soot. Yes, I do. I do mind the Soot. We're going to start each combat with more energy, because then I can just take some bigger hit cards. 275 gold is great. So let's take a look at what we got here. I've got a shop here, and I have 275 gold. I've got this guy, another shop right here. Fires all along. So I could go here and then move up this way to dodge all the elites and still hit a campfire. If I want more campfires, I could go this right path, but I never get a shop. I could go... No, this makes me choose between the two. But then... There's not another shop. This gives me... The left side will give me 3 campfires, 1 elite, and 2 shops. I think I just kind of do that because it's simpler. Keep it simple, stupid. Okay, I've got so much to spend. I just use everything. Four times or 12. I get more consistent value out of that whirlwind being a rock right now. Unless I draw whirlwind turn 1. That's like huge. So I want to try to break his block here. If I break his block, he gets stunned. Easy. Easy, easy. We just have him dead. Fill my hand with random potions. I don't like this Snecko oil potion, so I'm going to take that. Whenever you're playing attack this turn, gain 3 block. Okay, deal 5 damage twice. Gain 2 strength. The enemy gains 1 strength. Whenever I gain block this turn, deal 5 damage. So rage and... But it requires me to have it all in the same hand with... So if that's 2, then I'm only having 3 attack... Like, I can't really play into that. I mean, Fight Me is pretty good. They gain strength regardless. And it's like... If I'm... That's like permanent strength for me. Permanent strength is good. Deal 20 damage if fatal, get 20 gold. 5 card rewards. I mean, so 5 card rewards could be the card we need. Just saying. Or I don't have to take any of them. Bloodletting at this point does help with my whirlwind. Add a random attack to hands free to play. Gain 1 strength for each vulnerable on the target. Ooh, it's really good. The next attack is 0 anger. I don't think we want any of that. I don't think we want any of that. Maybe we take the setup strike. Exterminate is better. I mean, adding 2 vulnerable is not bad for the 1. But assuming we have strength, this does more. Because the strength would say like 4 damage 4 times. 5 damage 5 times. So it scales better than how this would be. Right? 3x4, this already deals more damage. And it's to all enemies. And it's like a Dalek. Did anyone else watch Doctor Who? Alright, so we just have to do that. And that's why. So Bludgeons becomes better now because we have so much more mana. Right? Like we just do this again. And that's half their health right there. We lose a little HP. We set up strike. Five. This does 20 damage to everything. And then we have to just eat a little bit of damage because we didn't have enough block to begin with. It's at 27. I can't. It's not worth it for me right now to do that. Just like dealing more damage is really what I want to do. And then we do this first, right? So that these just kill armament, flame barrier. I don't think I want any of this. So we skip. We don't want it because it's not adding any more value to our deck. So we give him a little strength so that this deals more damage. Once again, now we've broken them down over half their health in one turn. This is not an ideal turn for what we have. So we just have to take it. Can we? We just block here? I don't attack this add-on at the front because I don't like, unless I guess I kind of have to, but so we go here. Dink. I'm gonna get rid of this dexterity potion in exchange for the fire potion. I guess we take the tremble now. I'm gonna greed and upgrade. 42 damage. Three strength is huge. That makes that like way better. But I think the three strength is actually what we want. Oh, yes. Okay. Good. Oh, didn't see what that did. I guess I gained some max health. Shrug it off. Stampede. Rolling boulder. Unrelenting could be good because I have a lot of high cost attacks now. But I think that also makes Stampede good. But I think actually just removing another card is good. I heal here because I have an elite coming right up and I've upgraded a lot of cards. This is ideal. Yes. So I do have a lot. I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Deal 3 additional all cards containing strike. So there'd be 9. So it would deal. It does deal a lot of damage. But Inflame is like more consistent damage. And so like dealing more damage over time is like kind of better for me. So we do this and this, and then we whirlwind. I mean, it's horrible, but we just have to like get to the bottom of it, and then we'll turn that into a rock. So this, we're just gonna bank on taking 2 hits and then like killing him next turn. And it worked. Exhaust all non-attacks. Gain 9 block for each card. Deal 9 damage, put a card, deal 9 damage. Nah. Nah, we're going this way. I rest my case. To the sandworm. Some dune up in here. Well, not great. So this guy puts these frantic escape cards in. His effect is that if in 4 turns, I will be eaten and die. Great. So, Pyre here is a good setup. And then we will cure all. I think we want to... I don't want to die, so I am going to use this. That's just good forever. I'm just going to use all of it. And then try to keep this this vulnerable on him. Okay. Flame barrier. So we grapple, flame barrier, sword boomerang. We have 2 more turns. We have to play a frantic escape. So we have to continue thinking about that. 14 by 4, 56 damage. He's dealing 20. I could take 20. Okay, I really hope I draw Frantic Escape. I didn't need to do that at all. We got this. We killed him fast. And we got another one of those. That's great. Yes, okay. This is what we've been looking for. Whenever I draw a card containing strike in its name, play against a random enemy. That is like what we've been building around this whole time. Lose 9 max HP at the start of my cards. None of these are good. None of these are good. This guy, this is all like punish. Lose 9 max HP at 3 apparitions. Like, it's just not even that good. Like, what if it's not a good turn for it? And then I'm losing HP for what? At the start of each combat, add 1 of 5 random potion cards into your hand and give it retain. Like, I mean, the retain makes it so that, like, it doesn't screw up my draws. Horrible. That's horrible. Going that way. Select a card to add to my hand. I guess retain this dominate. Alright, so these guys are fine. The front guy gives him more block, but I killed the front guy so fast that it didn't really even matter. 13 by 4. Heal 20% of my max HP. That's great. There's not a lot of heal potions in this. Apply 2 vulnerable and block 10. Okay, so you have 3 vulnerable, no block, or you have 2 vulnerable, block 10. Why wouldn't you take taunt? It'd be crazy not to take taunt. These paths are basically the same. I mean, maybe this right path is better because I can stop at that shop. So we're actually going to go right here. Okay, we've got a battle. What am I going to do? Only deal total damage, costs 1 less for each attack played. Whenever I lose HP, I gain 1 strength at the start of my turn. I mean, that's really good. So I'll just use that for when I guess I'll put that first. I mean, that is a crazy setup turn. So now I'll retain all my block. Okay, so those are just better. Butthead. Out of here. Especially we'll keep picking up strikes because if we can get the Hellraiser online, then crazy. So cruelty is pretty good, but I'm gonna take Inflame. I mean, you can see how much damage we deal. I struggle with this guy. He has so much block. Classic Frog Knight. I wouldn't put it past a Frog Knight to be this good. Never put it past a Frog Knight. He just doesn't take a lot of damage, and he deals like 41? That's crazy. Like, babe, why are you dealing 41 damage to me? You should not be dealing 41 damage to me. I don't even know what I'm going to do about that. I guess I'm just going to have to use this on another time. That's crazy. He's just a normal enemy. We're going this way. Ugh, so many things. I guess I'll take the conflagration. We set up with some powers. We don't have... we don't have any blocks. We take 8. I mean, that's just bad. I'm just going to heal this now. Because it's just a heal that lasts consistent. So I want to see if I can kill this guy out the gate. I simply cannot. So I want to try to kill this guy now. There we go. They keep coming back. They have like copies of themselves, so each of them will come back one more time. So we definitely play this. We definitely play that. And then exterminate is crazy here. And then hopefully we, of course, we don't draw any of ours. Boy, bye. Yes, that is what we were here to do. See, that's the turn we're looking for. We pick up Twin Strike. We want more strikes now. I will rest. I am pretty low. 35 is, in my books, considered low. Mangle. Mangle's really good. So that would mean I start with 5 instead of 7, which is still pretty good. And then each turn after that is better. Okay, so... Oh yeah, we take this path. We're gonna be like super cush going into the boss. Oh my god, we have so much energy. So we dig for a relic here. Upgraded cards deal more damage. Big. I'll lose 11 HP and get another relic. That's the one that when I use a potion I gain 3 strength, I believe. I rest here. Alright, let me make sure that's... Yeah, whenever I use a potion, gain 3 strength this turn, and upgraded attacks deal more damage. Okay, we want to go here. Draw 2 fewer cards, lose 15 HP, upgrade 3 random cards. Yeah. And upgraded cards deal more damage. So we're going to take Cascade, and we're going to play Cascade. Well, we're going to gain 2 strength, and then play Cascade. I mean, it's just good. I like Cascade. Some people don't rank it kind of low, but I just think that it does a lot. 10 block. I mean, I just want to defend through a lot of this. And then I don't think I Pommel Strike, because if I draw a card I don't want to not be able to play it. Like, so. 7 is so crazy. Oof, I'm taking so much damage. What a bummer. Am I just dead? Can I deal 43? That does 29. I have to do this. That's so crazy that I have to do this. I really did not want to use that there. I don't want any of it. Anger is really good, but I guess I rest now. I mean, that's... I was really expecting to be at higher health, but I got kind of screwed over in those last fights. Alright. It's retained. So cruelty is going to be really good here. And then we'll make you vulnerable. That's definitely my best bet here. So I want to use these now. I can't forget to use those now. And let's just put this on you so it's forever. Okay. Another 18 is coming in. 24 twice is crazy. I'm gonna just kind of race this a little bit here. I think that it's... I mean, that's it. I guess I could draw. It doesn't kill. That's just the end of it for me. So that's what happens. I have a cracked deck and I didn't have enough health and I focused on the wrong things and I didn't draw and that's it. I mean, I had a cool deck going. Let's check out what we had in the end. We still had 4 strikes. I wish I had less of those. More defense. Now here's where I went wrong. Look at this. All of this is just attacks. I have 1 block. I picked up like 1 block card. I was 2 block cards. That's too greedy. I really was banking on drawing Hellraiser, and those Hellraiser turns were huge, but at the end of the day, you can't win them all. So, tough luck. But that's Slay the Spire too, and I hope that that was a little more informative for you about how this game works and what the game is. It's okay, you lose. You lose. I mean, obviously I've won. I'm on Ascension 8 here on the Silent. You know, I've got Ascensions on all of them. But you can't always win. And I think that's one of the things about making content with Slay the Spire 2 is you gotta just post loses. People like to watch you lose too.